So the new year is here, and along with setting resolutions for yourself, it's a great time to set some resolutions that involve the health of your pets. Did you know that 53% of dogs and 58% of cats in the United States are considered overweight or obese? So this is a great time to get to work on making your pets a little bit healthier. We've got 4 suggestions for you to kind of get you going. So the first one is to improve your diet. So the diet of your pets is super important, of course, for their nutrition. And you can do some basic things like going to a local feed supply store, not one of the big box stores, but one of the local stores, and get some recommendations on getting some healthier food. You could also look at doing some things like introducing some raw and natural food into their diet, and just kind of looking at some ways to improve the food that they are eating, or make sure that they're not eating as much junk food or treats to keep them nice and healthy. Tip number 2, getting some extra exercise. So if you're making exercise goals for yourself, see if you can include your pets, whether it be going on walks or runs. And if you don't need exercise goals for yourself, do them for your dogs anyway. Cats almost always are overlooked unless your cat is particularly crazy and requires exercise. So most cats need 2 20-minute sessions of playtime per day, which most of us, I think, will admittedly not do for our cats. So try to go ahead and factor that into your day and make sure they get some good exercise. And really that's key just for finding some toys that they really like. For dogs, if you want to get them some extra exercise that doesn't involve going for a walk, consider getting some food puzzle toys. And this helps both with their diet and their exercise because it takes them a little bit longer to eat their food, and it gives them a little bit more enjoyment and fun and activity out of it rather than just gulping it down. Tip number 3, do some grooming. So depending on your dog or your cat, you might not be doing as much grooming as you need to. If you've got a long-haired dog, you probably need to be grooming them a little bit more unless you're already super responsible. Most of us need to trim our animals' nails a little bit more often than we do. I think a good rule of thumb is probably twice a week for dogs, unless they get a lot of time walking on concrete and it wears down their nails. Cats also usually need their nails trimmed, especially because they like to sharpen them and make them nice and sharp for us. One of the other factors with grooming that's really overlooked is doing our teeth cleanings for our dogs and brushing their teeth. You can also do this for cats. It's just a little harder, and usually you just have to use your finger. But if you can make it part of your routine to brush their teeth regularly, your vet will love you, and your pets might not love you, but they'll love not having to go get a dental cleaning from the vet. So I recently made it a habit just to brush my dog's teeth every morning when I brush my teeth, and that seems to go pretty well. So just make it a routine to get it done. And tip number 4 is your veterinary checks. So animals really should be seen at least once a year when they're younger, and you should get blood work even if your animal is completely healthy. Hopefully your vet is trying to get you to do this. Really, you need a baseline so that when the animal gets older or has an illness, you have an idea of what they were like beforehand, because every animal is a little bit different. And most animals, especially cats, actually do not get seen until they have some sort of health problem develop. So you really don't want that to be the case. Also, as your animals get older, they really need to be seen at least twice a year, even if they don't have a health problem. There's a lot of health problems that can be diagnosed pretty early if you can catch them either in an exam or in blood work. So really you should be going in twice a year if you have an elderly animal. And go ahead and talk to your vet, because elderly changes based on what their breed is and what kind of animal they are. We talked in the last section about dental. So for dental cleanings, if you're kind of dreading that and the cost of that, just keep in mind that February is National Dental Care Month. And so that's when usually a lot of vets are offering deals, either like 10, 20% off for doing a dental. And sometimes it's cheaper to do a dental if you've recently done blood work. So go ahead and talk to your vet about ways to make it a little bit more affordable for you to get a dental cleaning done if that needs to happen for your pets. So good luck. Keep them healthy this year. If you need help with any of this, just let us know. Thanks.